Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Bulletproof Referrals with KW MAPS Coach Karina Gafford. Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available within 24 hours on the MAPS Fast Track YouTube channel. You may access the YouTube channel from your Zoom confirmation email, and we will share the link in the chat momentarily. Currently, everyone is on mute. We do value group participation, so we ask that if you have questions, please type them into the chat box. Your questions will be addressed by your coach throughout your webinar. Following the meeting, if you have any questions about today's call or coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. That's FASTTRACK@kw.com. That's all for me. Karina, take it away.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you, Madeline. Well, thank you guys for taking some time out of your very busy work days. I know it's the middle of the summer for us here in San Antonio, at least. This is our busy PCS season with working with military clients. So today we're going to look at Bulletproof Referrals, how to win with agent referrals. Before I get any further, show of hands, how many of y'all have closed an agent referral in the last year? Last 2 years? A few of y'all? Last 3? Anyone closed more than 5 in the last year? Ooh, I love it. Okay, so we got a really good mixed group of folks here today. Well, my name is Karina Gafford. I run a national referral network called MilHousing Network, where we connect military families with military expert realtors, great agents all across the United States, just like yourselves. I also lead a team of veteran and military spouse realtors down here in San Antonio too. And I've closed over 200 agent referrals that have come inbound to our team in San Antonio here in the last few years. Why referrals? So we PCS'd to San Antonio. So PCS, if you're not familiar with the military, PCS is permanent change of station. So we moved here in late 2015. 2015, I knew the grand total of 2 people in San Antonio. So I didn't know the area. I knew a total of 2 people. So I decided it was a really good idea to start a career in real estate, because when you don't know an area and you know a total of 2 people in a city, that's a great time to start a real estate career, right? Recipe for success. I get into Keller Williams, I'm reading MREA, I'm super excited. I see all this and it says, call your SOI. Who do you know locally who could buy or sell a house? Ooh, this is a problem. So not having a local SOI, I decided that I'd start looking outside of the area. I'd already worked in marketing and advertising and real estate for the prior 4 or 5 years. So I had a good agent relationship and database built up previously. So that's where I started reaching out. As Madeline mentioned, I'm also a MAPS Fast Track coach. So I teach the class Building a Sustainable Military Business. So as a military spouse, now veteran spouse, that's kind of where my heart is, and working with military families specifically. And I love teaching on things like agent referrals, which is how I built my business. In the class Building a Sustainable Military Business, the next class launches July 26th, and we teach how 1 in every 5 home buyers in any given year is either active duty or a veteran. And so we teach how you can skyrocket. If agent referrals is something you're interested in, we teach how you can skyrocket your agent referral business by learning how to better serve the military market. And Jenna just shared the link to the class in chat as well. And so if you guys have any questions about the class, shoot them over to her or to Madeline as well. And so as I mentioned, the next class launches July 26th, and we'll email you guys out some more information about that later in the week. But before we get on any further, does everyone have a computer, laptop, some way that you can engage and pull up a spreadsheet today? Spreadsheets are exciting. Yes, maybe? Okay, I see a few. So I'm going to share a link with you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to conceptualize your referral business plan. We're going to look at some of the numbers. I'll usually go into, if you guys have taken one of my classes before, or one of these training sessions, I usually go pretty in depth into the why, as to why build a business on agent referrals. I'm going to skip over some of that today and try something a little bit new and try to make this much more interactive and much more hands-on so that you guys can work on building your agent referral business in real time today. How does that sound? Good? Thumbs up? Excellent. Okay. So let me get the link here to you guys in the chat. Give me 1 second, please. While I'm pulling that up, does anyone, and you can hop off mute, does anyone have any burning down questions about agent referrals? Yes, no, maybe? All right.
Karina, can I just jump in?
Go for it.
Yeah,
What you got?
so I'm up here in the Boston area. Don't have a ton of activity up here. We're not as like San Antonio, where we're military rich. If you could sometime during this talk a little bit about what some of those areas might look like and ways in which we can segment and build our business even in areas that are not hugely rich with military resources and bases.
Yes. And so are you specifically interested in working with like building your military business, Art, or are you looking just to grow your agent referral business in general?
Military specifically.
Perfect. So up in Boston, so I've been working with in our class currently, been working with agents who have they're in similar situations where you are, where they're not near big heavy military bases. What they are near though are guard stations or VA clinics. And so what we've been doing is looking around in the area for are they in a VA clinic heavy area? Where are other places where they can find military clients as well? So that is one thing. 30 minutes. It'll go a little more than 30 minutes, Alita, but good question, because we will have a recording of the session. So if you miss any of it, you're going to get a copy of it sent out within about 24 hours.
Good, because our team meeting starts in 30 minutes. I thought.
Excellent. We'll make sure you get that recording out. Joey, did you have a question as well? Yes.
No, ma'am. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate the hands up. Okay.
I have one thing about Boston real quick, if that's okay.
Go for it.
I come from that area. Well, I'm from upstate New York, but I was a recruiter up there. So actually the headquarters for Navy recruiting is in Boston. It's called NTAG New England. You can find them on Facebook and stuff. There are a ton of recruiters that are in and out of that area all the time that you could actually tap into if you wanted to. The headquarters itself, you'd actually be able to cover all of New England for all of the Navy recruiters going to that area. And there's also Marines in there too.
Damn. That's
Thanks,
awesome,
Jason. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Great stuff.
I'll catch up with you.
All right. We've made a referral partnership there already, I think. So when we look at agent referrals, we look at it as one form of your, we talk about a three-legged stool of lead gen. And so we talk about building agent referrals, not just as a core of your business, but as one of three legs. So you can have a nice little wobbly stool of lead gen, just like this guy here. What are some other forms of lead generation that y'all are currently working with? What's been successful for you guys?
FSBO expired.
Nice. And some good stuff. My husband calls those too. What else?
Networking with lenders and a couple lead generation companies I've been with for a few years.
Very cool. Networking, more calling. I hear more calling. Anything else? Open houses. Anybody else got something they've been super successful with? Nobody.
Relocation companies.
Relocation companies. I see past clients as well. So I speak to that to say, when we talk about agent referrals, we're putting this on as one of the three legs. If you are brand new in real estate, that is awesome. This is how I started. I started working with agent referrals and built up the first stool. That's just going to give you the little bar stool though. You want to have something nice and solid. So as you build your business, you want to add on more legs to your lead gen, but you want to do that and build and add sustainably. So if you're looking for other means for growing your lead generation, definitely sign up for and take more of the classes that are offered by MAPS, especially the ones that are offered for free, where you'll get something good and quick, just like this. So everybody should have the link right now. I see Facebook ads. Everyone should have the link to the spreadsheet now. Did you guys see that in chat where you can pull it up? Okay, and I'm going to switch my screen share so you guys can see what I'm working on. And I'm going to minimize you guys for a second so that I can see what we're working with here. Okay, can you guys see a spreadsheet template agent referral business plan for 2022?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, when you guys are in here and I see a bunch of anonymous blobfishes and so forth in here, make a copy of it. And to make a copy, you can literally just go to make a copy, because anything you type in here will otherwise be seen by everyone else. They're going to delete everything that you write in there as well. So, quick overview. This is just a little system for managing your agent referral business. So for perspective, my first year that I did agent referrals, it was a small part of the business. So I had closed 5 agent referrals. Then I built and I did 8 the next, and then 29, then 40, because I wasn't really sure what was a good systematic way to grow an agent referral business. So now we close about 40 on average per year. I know this year we have 30 between closed and pending, just from our agent referral leg of business. And so I assume we'll shoot past the 50 this year for closed inbound agent referrals. That doesn't mean we're only getting that many agent referrals each year, as I'll go through the numbers and I'll explain to you guys. Last year, we got 121 inbound referrals, and some of those we're working with right now. In the last month alone, we closed an agent referral from 2019 and an agent referral we received in 2020. So the guy in 2019 decided he didn't want to sell his house. He was a seller. He didn't want to sell his house. So we helped him put his house with a property management company at the time. And then he re-engaged a few months ago and said, hey, I'm ready to sell, which worked out great for him holding for the last couple of years, by the way. And so he was thrilled. The agent who received the referral check was thrilled. And then the 2020 lead, it was someone who had received orders to San Antonio, ended up going to Hawaii, and then shot us a note because we followed up with him on a slower nurture system. And so he reached back out and said, hey, I'm actually heading to San Antonio now. So good stuff all around. So we're going to look at the numbers behind a lead gen system. We're going to look at building our referral business, so the agents. We're going to look at how we follow up and keep track of all of these, because it's one thing to connect with agents. It's another to get a lead. It's another to remember to have the consult or to make sure you get the information from the other agent. And then it's another to actually follow up and then close and make sure that you've got everything squared away so that you build that good, successful agent referral business where you stay in good relationship with the agent who sent the lead, so they want to trust you the next time with their friends too. So as you see, I love systems and doing everything methodically. And then a follow-up plan. How do you stay? So if you think of your agent referrals, your agent partners as another form of your SOI, so a national SOI, because I heard you guys speak about calling and networking. So this is just another way that you're connecting with folks who you can stay in relationship with. And so we'll talk about how we'll stay in relationship with folks, but where we're going to start. And the final tab is questions. So if you guys have questions after this and you want to reach out to me about, hey, this is working, this is not working. I have this idea. I know, Art, you had a more specific question about military as well. Anything like that, you have my information. So you're more than welcome to reach out, and I'm happy to help you guys as best as I can. So we're going to start with looking at who is our ideal client. And I know quite a few of y'all are on here who are interested in working with military. You already work with military, looking to grow your military business, but that's not going to be everyone who's on this call, because this is open to all of KW. And so there'll be folks on here who are interested in farm, ranch, luxury, new construction, first-time home buyers. Share the link for the spreadsheet again. Jenna, just send it right above you, Kyle. And so, I'll give you an example of mine for what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through ideal client, and then I'm going to split you guys up into groups. I believe I can here on this one, into breakout rooms. You're going to connect in breakout rooms of 2, and you're going to work through this section over 5 minutes together, so that when you come back into the room, you'll have your ideal client ironed out really quickly. And so who I like to work with, I like to work with folks who are high gratitude, Who do I connect well with? I like to work with, I'm an immigrant, I'm a military spouse, I'm a business owner. I work with people from all walks of life. What I found that's most important to me and a client is that we have shared values. And those are things that you can pick up on pretty quickly when you're having a consult with someone. Do my clients, and I also connect really well with military, with other military spouses too. So do my clients need to be relationship oriented folks? That is definitely a strong preference. Does it mean I won't work with clients who will be a little more transactional? Sure. But for me, my ideal client is somebody who will be in relationship with us, who is open, who is trusting, who will be a loyal client. Where do they work? So most of our clients will work typically on one of the military bases, or they work in tech, medical, education, things that I'm familiar with and things that I'm comfortable with helping folks navigate around those areas. That's generally when we talk about ideal, what part of town do they live in? So if we look at San Antonio, it's huge. It's 2 hours across, 2 hours up and down. And so for me, it's anything that's outside our outer, like the 2 rings in San Antonio. So that's our ideal for our clients. What do they do for fun? Well, what are things that I like to do? I like traveling, I like reading, I like hiking. And so I put those things down. How can I connect with other people? Because again, I'm defining my ideal client. The more narrow you get in who this person is, the better, because we speak about when what you focus on expands, the narrower that you get. And I literally wrote out a picture and drew a picture of my client. The bigger your net for finding those people will get. And so do they have pets? Dogs, ideally. I have always had dogs. What's their price point? Low 200s up to about 2 million. Once it goes outside of those ranges, it's not a great fit for the systems that we have in our business. And then what lenders would I refer them to? Typically VA specialists, conventional specialists, or for the doctors, the doctor loans, or portfolio loan lenders for the business owners. So any questions on how to define an ideal client? No. Okay, pretty straightforward. So what I'd like you guys to do, and I will time 5 minutes, you're going to connect with one other person. And this is going to be your first agent. So you'll be mixed up randomly. So this will be your first new agent referral partner. And I'm going to show you where to put that person next. But what I want you guys to focus on is how will I define my ideal client for myself? Okay, and I will split you guys up. And how many are on the call right now? 70 people.
Okay, don't put me in because we got the team meeting starting in 10 minutes.
Got it. It will give you an option. So
I'm
just
gonna go ahead and hop off.
go select
All
that
right.
one. Okay, so we got 40, 20, 35 groups. 35. And go.
There wasn't anyone in my room, Karina.
There wasn't, Dawn? Okay, I'm gonna
No.
move. What room were you in? So I'm
I think
trying
it
to
was
move
15.
a couple of folks that didn't have anyone. Dawn, okay. I'm gonna move you. Oh, got one. Boom. There you go.
It disappeared. It said join room and then it just disappeared.
Oh no.
Where did it go?
It should be 26. There you go. No. Gavin, was there no one in your room?
There was, but the speaker was not. I couldn't hear him.
Oh no. All right. Well, I've got. Let's see. Dawn, I'm going to move you to room.
You're good. I'm.
Yeah, there was no one in room 18.
Oh no. Look like. There you go, Sal. I'll pop you in.
Okay, and I'll apologize. You had put me in room number 10, but I'm actually driving at the moment, so I just pulled over.
Oh, okay. You are all good, Jennifer. Well, drive safe. That is much more important.
Oh, yeah, I just finished a showing, so I just pulled over quickly to let you know, but I am listening.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Well, hopefully the showing went well.
It did. 6.5 million. Beautiful property.
Oh, it's a good day. Well, good luck with that one. Well, how'd it go so far? Everyone got it good?
Well, I didn't have anybody in the breakout room.
No, I saw some folks had not joined, so I tried to redirect people into other groups. Next time I'll make bigger groups so we don't have the same issue.
It's fine. I mean, I was still able to get through it, but yeah, like I said, there's just nobody in the group. I was able to still knock it out. So I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Glad you were able to. All right, cool. Well, I'd love to hear from two people. What y'all put for your ideal client, because if anyone struggled with it, it might give them some good ideas, because especially if this is the first time that you're doing an exercise like this, sometimes it's hard to think through. So you might be able to provide a lot of value to some other folks. So when you do say who you are, definitely let everyone know where you're located, and if you have the opportunity, if you can figure out how to go to the three little dots, the ellipses next to your name, you'll see an option to rename yourself. Put your city next to it so that folks can better identify where you're from. So it's another great way to help start building a name association with your location. So who'd love to go first?
I can go if nobody wants to.
Awesome. What you got?
All right, so I kind of struggle with this because when I started doing this, I realized I don't really have an ideal client, because I guess I'll just work with anybody. So this is kind of where I tried to narrow it down.
Awesome. Okay.
Who would I like to work with? I said anyone. I'm here to help. I know it's probably not the ideal answer, but then I guess I broke it down here. Who do I connect well with? Would be active duty personnel, veterans, and then driven individuals in general. Do my clients need to be relationship oriented folks? I don't believe that they do, but I guess it can be. You know, it's not off the table. Where do they work? It would be upstate New York, Saratoga area, now Pensacola, Florida area, anywhere within 2 hours. And the reason why is because I'm from Saratoga Springs. That's where I hold my license. And then as of an hour ago, I just got licensed in Florida. So now I'm licensed in both states, and I will be operating out of both states due to expansion and stuff. So if anybody has referrals, Pensacola, Florida, Saratoga Springs, New York, I'm your guy. And appreciate
Awesome.
it.
That was great.
Thanks. And then what part of town? Anywhere within 2 hours, I can service effectively. What do they do for fun? Disney. I mean, I'm a Disney freak, I'll be honest. So Disney, hiking, paddleboarding, reading, video games, cookouts, movies and shows, or cars. Do they have pets? Sure, I have 4. If they don't have pets, we could figure it out anyways. Let's talk about it. What is their price point? I'm all over the place because I'm a listing agent. I don't really work with buyers, but now that I am licensed in Pensacola, I'm going to have to start working with buyers. So I don't really have a price point area that I do the best because, like I said, I am all over the place when it comes to price points. And then what lenders would I refer them to? That is something that since I just got licensed here, I need to figure that out ASAP for down here.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the licensing there, and thank you for sharing. Does anyone have some feedback and it's Jason, right? Your name is Jason. Anyone have some feedback for Jason? No? Well, Jason, it sounds like this will give you a great place to start, especially when you started outlining what they like to do for fun. I would consider incorporating that into it, and any marketing, social media marketing, your newsletters, things like that, just for fun. And then you start to narrow down. And when we talk about ideal, you know, you spoke about, do they need to be relationship oriented or not? That's up to you whether or not that's the ideal. You may not want to be in relationship. You don't necessarily need them to be relationship oriented, especially if you're working with listings, and a lot of them might sell and move. So
what exactly would a relationship look like? Kind of like we are after we're like friendship type thing, or what do you mean by that?
More camaraderie. So,
got it.
So you're connected with them on social media, and that you can call and connect with them, and they're good with taking your phone call. So if you call and say, hey man, I'm building my vendor list for the area. That's one of our calls that we make every year. You know, who have you worked with that you loved this year that you recommend that we add to the list? And some of our more transactional clients, much less comfortable in making those calls. All right. Okay. Who else would love to share? Christine, I see you're off mute. You open to sharing?
I'm in Eastern. Christine Clark, right?
There you are. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm new to real estate since January. I've had 3 closings, and I'm right in a hotbed of a military bases. I'm between Camp Lejeune and Cherry Point, Marine Corps bases, and Fort Bragg is just 2 hours away. So, and I'm a spouse of a veteran who was active duty, then National Guard, and so I definitely want to be part more of the military community, and I feel like that's in my heart. I mean, I really want to help the military more, and I don't really know how to access them.
Well, go ahead.
Do you want me to go down the questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. I like to work with everybody. Again, my price points are all over the place. I mean, we're talking 60,000 to over $500,000 on the water. That's Eastern North Carolina for you. I connect well with everybody. Don't have any children, but I've always, been kind of like a public speaker. I've taught at the local college. I can talk to all different kinds of people, ages. Again, being in the military, I worked for a general. I understand rank. I understand, my husband's was enlisted. Where do they work? Well, I mean, I guess in this area, what do you mean, like at Cherry Point or Camp Lejeune, or just in civilian life on the bases? Is that part of the referral?
Yep, this is your ideal.
Okay. what part of the town do they live in? Again, we're pretty country, we're pretty spread out here. So again, what do they do for fun? Well, we have a lot of water around here, 2 huge rivers, we got the ocean. I ride a Harley Davidson, so does my husband. I always wonder if I should talk to people about that. I know a lot of military ride motorcycles, and I never know if I should incorporate that into marketing. I don't want to, turn people off, but I mean, it's always been a part of me. It's very empowering, and I always wondered if I need to use that more. Do they have pets? Gosh, I have cats, a dog, a parrot, so I can talk to people all about pets. What's the price point? Again, I'm all over, low to high. What lenders would I refer them to? Again, I've lived in this area for over 30 years, very familiar with the banks in the area, the Navy Federal, the Marine Federal credit unions. And also we have our lenders in our Keller Williams office, and again, military friendly, prior military. So I've got lots of options for people. Why am I a fit? Again, being a military spouse for, 15 years, working for the military on Quantico.
Well, I will stop you there for a second. Actually, you've segued perfectly into our next section. And it sounds like, Christine, you have so much opportunity in working with military there. I heard a lot of concern over whether you should be open about the things that you're interested in. There's a good rhythm to how you can introduce something like that if you don't feel comfortable or confident with it. And you can literally break it down to a ratio of having that be 1 post in every 5 things that you might talk about, so that you don't necessarily overwhelm. But you'd be surprised at how like attracts like. And the ideal, and why we talk about the ideal, is not just for our clients, because like also attracts like when it comes to agent partners too. So I place a high value on education, for instance. I place a very high value on working with service-oriented people, and with because I spoke to values. Like, those are the things that are most important to me. And so, family, things of that nature. And so the agent partners that I work with tend to share the same values too. So we speak about clients first, because that's our comfort zone. That's what we know. We speak about clients, but the agent partners, the companies, even the vendors, somebody who spoke to working with vendor companies and relocation companies, you want to make sure that those are in alignment with your values too. And so that those are all your ideal client, because again, the narrower that you get, the more that aspect of your business will grow. So who knows, Christine will hop on this call this time next year, and she'll be sharing all about how she's found the hidden veteran spouse Harley Davidson rider group. She is their go-to real estate agent in New Bern. All right, so that was awesome, guys. Thank you. So why am I a fit? This part is key and critical. Now you have a picture in your head of who's this ideal client. How do I find them? So now we think through, what is my experience? And so Christine, Jason, you spoke a little bit to yours. How would you delineate your experience, and where are you posting about your experience online? One of the top things that we look for when we're looking for agent referral partners for MilHousing Network, for instance, so we're looking on social media, we're looking on your website, we're looking on all of your third-party credibility sites. So we're looking on Zillow, Realtor. Are you on Yelp? Where are you? Where can we find you online? The team sounds rather stalkerish, but we're looking because that's where clients are looking too. Because when we share, like, hey, Sally Buyer, I'm going to connect you with Kelly in Anchorage. Kelly's amazing. The next thing Sally Buyer goes to do then is look up Kelly's website, Kelly's Facebook, Kelly's Instagram. Is Kelly, the go-to person for whatever it is that we're connecting her with? So review links as well. So where do you have your reviews? A client, where are your testimonials? Where do you have an agent who will give you a testimonial, a vendor who will give you a testimonial, and then a blurb about why you're the best fit to help connect with this type of client. So this is the next thing that I would definitely recommend that you guys connect with. And so, I'm getting a message. 1 second. All right. So this next one that I want to show you guys here is agents reached out to. So this is your lead gen numbers. So you'll see there's just one box highlighted in yellow. So if you guys are looking to add 5 closed referrals. And the number we're going to focus on is 5, just to start with, or the 8 referrals closed, so that we can then look back and see, well, what does that look like in terms of agents reached out to? And then therefore, how many agents do we have to connect with and have a conversation with? How many do we need to add to our agent referral partnership or partner spreadsheet? Agent referrals led, leads received, consults held, clients under contract to closings. So what we've based this on is an average GCI of 7,500. So 5 agent referrals closed times 7,500 will give you a GCI of 37,500. Now you're looking for how much then are you paying out to those agent referral partners, which is pretty cool too. And then what's your net GCI from that? Client referrals, I'll cover this then in a follow-on session that we do. So I'll do this a few more times over the course of the next few months. So would love to see you guys on future classes where we'll go much more into depth on agent referrals. But so pick a number for yourself and update the number. So I'll show you guys here. I'm going to put 10. And so now this means I need to reach out to 400 agents over the course of the year. So I'd like you guys to put your number on your spreadsheet, and that's something you can play around with later. But let's say we have 5. Now I know I need to reach out to 200 agents over the course of the year. That breaks down to 5 a week. So 1 a day, literally, that I'm reaching out to, but it's only 1 that I'm having a conversation with. And then I'm adding them to my spreadsheet. So we'll take a look here. So we have a referral partner spreadsheet here. So we have each state is highlighted. So if you don't know anything about Delaware, for instance, you click on this, it'll talk to you a bit about what's important there, the major cities, you know, their state flower, state animal, what have you. Same with Colorado. So what I would recommend is picking 1 person right now. So look down the chart, go look in the chat, pick out 1 person that you want to add to your referral partner spreadsheet, call that person later today, message them, shoot them a message, let them know, hey, I'd love to connect with you. I want to help. I'm building my agent referral business just like you. I want to connect with you. And what I would do is add, thank you guys for adding your contact info there. Add that person's name. So for instance, I wrote mine down here, Karina Gafford, San Antonio, phone number, email, and then notes. So I work with military, professional, relocations, retirees, sellers, luxury, and then KWYP as well. I would recommend getting 1 person per state at first over the course of the year as you're building up your lead gen, and then adding on referral partner 2 and 3, and I don't know how to make this go away. And then eventually going to 4, and maybe all this year that you do is build out referral partner number 1 for each state. And that's if you don't have an agent referral network as of yet, that could be a huge growth for you this year. And yes, we will email the spreadsheet, and we'll also send out a recording of this too. And so then referral agent. So as you get a referral agent, add the leads, referral agreement received, whether it was requested, whether you received it or not, and you can go, this is pretty self-explanatory across the line. So W-9 received, do you have, because you need a W-9 for any referrals you're paying out. Are they a buyer or seller? What's the status of the consult? When's their timeline? When are they going to buy? Are they going to buy in November? What's their general price point? Is it 300,000? Are they pre-approved? What's their stage? So when that agent then asks you for an update, you have a really good overview. And I would set a time on your calendar, for instance, every Monday from 9 to 9:30, you're running through your agent referral leads. So you can also provide a status update then to that agent on their leads too. Hey, we've got 2 leads that we're working with. Here's the current status. They're house hunting, they're under rep, they're not under rep, they're closed, yay. And then you can put the information in. You want to check, did you send the referral details to the agent so they can create their opportunity and command for it. And opportunities and command for agent referrals, if you've not done one before, go in where the leases go. And then check sent to agent, thank you card sent to agent. And did the agent confirm receipt of the referral check, which might sound redundant and silly, but we've had many cases, especially coming from Texas, where title sends out the referrals usually directly. And so we've had situations where we've had a W-9 for an agent's old brokerage, and title is sent out the check incorrectly. And then finally, follow-up plan, we talk about staying in touch with these people. Who are these people we're adding to our referral partner sheet? The follow-up plan here is, and this is one we'll do an entire session on this another time, but what is that follow-up that we do? Is it a newsletter that maybe goes out once a month or once a quarter as well? Are we calling our agent partners? Are we texting them? And so I've built out a rhythm here, and you see this is a 23 touch plan. You can play around, put the numbers in to what makes sense for you. Do you want to spend more time on social media? Do you not want to be on social media at all? If so, delete all those. Maybe put more newsletters, more calls, more texts. Do you want to send more handwritten cards? Maybe that's your jam, what you like to do. We put in a holiday card in ours. So all of that said, that was a quick and dirty, but by the time we've gotten through this, and I appreciate you guys staying on here, we have an ideal client. We have an overview of the things we need to do for why we're a fit for working with our ideal client. We have a lead gen prospecting plan that I would recommend updating each week. For instance, I reached out to 5 people. I spoke to 2. I added 1 to my referral partner, did not receive a lead, and you could go on down the line, building out and tracking over the course of a year. What does your agent referral business look like? You have a referral partner business, and you can track your leads and follow up with the agents. So over the course of the next few years, you can build out a pretty big agent referral leg of lead gen for yourself. Any questions for me?
I don't, but this is fantastic, by the way. And I really appreciate it. One thing I'll say on the follow-up for holidays, all realtors send out Christmas cards, but not every realtor sends out a Thanksgiving card. So you might want to think about switching over to that. That's an idea.
Ooh, I like that. That is a good idea. Good insight. Any other insights, questions, takeaways, ahas?
Excellent information.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you guys. We're going to send a follow-up. We're going to send out a link to if you guys are interested in this material or working with military clients, we'll send out a link to building a sustainable military business. Otherwise, I hope to see you on a future webinar through KW MAPS next time. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Jackie, before you go.
I'm sorry.
Jackie, before you go, I got in here late. Is there anything I should know?
Hi, Diana. This call was recorded, so you'll have access to everything that happened on this call using our YouTube link, and we will be able to send that out to you shortly, okay? If you have any additional questions, please shoot us an email at fasttrack@kw.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the little bit I heard.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. You'll have a great
day. Bye-bye.